During the Great Crusade, Primarch Ferrus Manus discovered a set of technologies which even he deemed too horrifying to ever put to use. These inventions, collectively called the Keys of Hell, were immediately banned and hidden within the darkest corners of Medusa. No one outside of the Legion was made aware of them, while even within the Legion, most members knew nothing of their existence. The select few high-ranking members that did know about them also knew very little, but their name and the decree that they should never be used. So what do they do, I can hear you think? Well, the Keys of Hell are the Space Marine equivalent of the Pet Cemetery graveyard. The corpses of dead Space Marines could be gathered and brought to a trained apothecary. He will then saw off the damaged limbs, pull out the damaged organs, and replace them with bionics. He will cut open their skulls, flay their neural circuits, and replace their damaged motive system with cabling. He will tear out their hearts and replace them with an arcane device that is hinted to be based on Necron technology. He will tear their decaying soul from the warp and bind it back into this cage of flesh and steel, after which the legionary will awaken once more. These horribly mutilated corpses can fight again, talk again, but most importantly, they can feel again. And by Ferrus' hand do they feel again. They are in so much pain that their sentience flickers on and off. So much pain that they barely register losing a limb or getting shot, as the pain of every breath is 10 times greater. Needless to say that Ferrus had good reasons for the ban on this technology, as even by Imperial standards it is beyond cruel. But after Istvan, some clusters of the 10th Legion had gotten desperate, flying on bleeding ships filled with more dead brothers than living ones, and with more enemies around every corner. Desperate measures had to be made. Soon nothing was sacred anymore to the cold-hearted 10th, as many believed the war to be unwinnable. With nothing to lose, every law could be broken, as long as it allowed them to avenge their brothers and their Primarch. Space Marines are said to feel no fear, but at least some unease must have crept up the spine of the traitors when they saw the dead walking once more. After a guerrilla boarding action, the bowels of their ship would be filled with nigh unkillable cyber ghouls, immune to the cold, uncaring for injury, and with nothing on their mind but killing until someone would grant them the sweet relief of death. Even during normal wars, these robot zombies were a sight to behold. Similar to the Plague Marines of the Dead Guard, they would simply run through no man's land as if it's a joke. No matter how much damage they take, or how many they lose during a charge, pain will come for the enemy. And if the corpses can be recovered, the apothecaries can often bring them back for another run, just with a bit more metal and a bit less humanity each time. It should be noted though, that even with the cold nature of the Iron Hands, the majority still considers the usage of these tools absolutely heretical. Warbands within the 10th have even come to blows over this principle, and the Brother Imperium would most definitely declare the users extremis diabolos, if they knew. To the few that use them, however, the Keys of Hell are seen as a just punishment for the weakness of dying, a sentence which will last until their inevitable second death, or third, or fourth. But for now, that's all I got for you today. If you found this interesting, I highly recommend you read the amazing short story, The Keys of Hell by John French. It's part of the Shattered Legions anthology, which I'll link down below. Then have a nice evening, and don't forget your nightly prayers to Nagash.